What's your home really worth right now? So I thought the easiest thing to do would to be talking about a home, and whose home do I know the best except for my house? So I went through all of the different websites that give you a home value, and Redfin says our home is worth 2.05 million, and we are qualified for the premier, probably because it's over 2 million. They got some of it right, the bedrooms and bathrooms, sort of. My house is worth 2.15, but they don't even have the right number of bathrooms. So, what else they're making their numbers on. And Realtor says our home is worth 2.199, almost 2.2 million. That is amazing because I did a quick market analysis, and I mean, really, the max I got was 1.95. And quite frankly, that might be a little bit high. Although a house in our neighborhood sold, it was a small cape, 4 bedrooms, and it sold for 1.6. So how does my house relate to that? Or the next door just sold for 2.7. How does my house relate to that? And here's the thing, everyone's house is separate. And even in my own market analysis, what I didn't take into consideration is what style my house is. So my house was a ranch that was then added on twice. So the bedrooms are on the first floor, not all of them, but the kids' bedrooms are on the first floor. And people don't like that. So is my house really worth 1.95 or is my house worth 1.85? Who knows, right? We have a super large yard, which is great unless you don't want a yard. So, there are things about people's houses that unless you're actually in them and know what you want are hard to price. And so that's just my quick study, housing prices. I had someone come into an open house the other day for a ranch that hadn't been updated, not a ranch, it was a split level, had not been updated since 1950. And she was trying to compare her house to this house. And I said, you just can't do that. Like, every house is different, and what it is, what is it? It's, art and science, right? The science is, how many bedrooms, bathrooms, updates, all of that. And then the art is sort of like, yes, but how pretty is it? And all of that. And do we think people will really respond to the house? That's what the house analytics, not just sort of Zillow, Redfin, and realtor.com. Although my husband checks our Zillow all the time, and I always say to him, yes, absolutely. If we could sell our house for 2.15, I would put the sign in the yard tomorrow. But it's not true. And that's because I'm a realtor. I see a lot of houses. I know how to price them. So it's important that you do that as well and not just take what Zillow has to say, or Realtor, or Redfin, or your neighbor's house, but that you actually have a realtor come in and give you a market analysis. That's my thoughts on what's your house really worth today.